Grandmaster In Ho Lee. Welcome HJ4 National ESPN. Welcome all HJ members. Enjoy the show.
When you talk about martial arts, we're talking about strength, athleticism, and power, and it will all be on display here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports at the HP Fieldhouse. It's the Sangam Fall Nationals ATA Martial Arts Invitational. And we welcome you, everybody. My name is Kevin Cork. Pleased to be joined by my partners tonight, Taekwon Lee and Mike Chat. Now, as is customary in these circles, we address each other as Mr. in a very formal fashion, so it will be Mr. Lee tonight and Mr. Chat. By the way, Michael Caine will join us Matt side in just a few moments, but this is a terrific opportunity, Mr. Lee, to welcome people into a world that so many of us have appreciated from afar, but now we get a chance to see it up close and personal.
Oh, Mr. Cork, this is a great day for the ATA. This is wonderful. We're going to see a cross-section of what the ATA has to offer in the best of all worlds, from creative to extreme, traditional. You're going to see different ages, from the young to the more senior masters. We're excited to be here. Thank you.
It's certainly our pleasure. Now, I point out this for obvious reasons. We're talking about two very accomplished individuals. Both Mr. Lee and Mr. Chat are fifth-degree black belts. Let's welcome you in, Mr. Chat. And, you know, for lack of a better expression, this isn't your father's martial arts invitational. It's really changed a great deal over the years, and this should be exciting for a lot of people.
Absolutely. You know, this is the Karate Kid martial arts. This is Matrix, Jet Li, Jackie Chan. We've actually trained all these people and their stunt doubles to go with it. But you're seeing X-Men, Superman, all of these types of martial art movements, gymnastics, acrobatics mixed in with the martial arts. That's what we're going to be seeing tonight. Traditional, creative, but then to the extreme, and the first ever tricks battle.
As we take a look there at our judges tonight, Mr. Harum, Mr. Haskins, Master Rivera, and of course our scorekeeper, Ms. Harmon. It should make for a very interesting night tonight. We're going to take a quick time out, but don't go anywhere. We have the action coming your way. Performance leading us off from the HP Fieldhouse. And we welcome you back to the 2011 Sangam Fall Nationals and ATA Martial Arts Invitational here at the HP Fieldhouse at the world-famous ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex as we take a look at Team Envy. And what a team we have here, Mr. Lee.
Absolutely. Team Envy is from Las Vegas. You have Mr. Pino, Miss Bantam, and Mr. Mizufuka, who is going to be great tonight because this is their first championship. They've tried many times, and this year they definitely deserved it.
So this is what we call the setup. They're doing the intro. Now they're going into the meat of their form routine here. 3 years they battled out for the championship and failed to win, but now they are the current world champions for 2011. This is one of their signature moves here, round off flash kick. You notice martial art kicks over here, gymnastics on this side, but they're integrating both at the same time. And what's interesting is you've got two teams, 6 and 11 world titles each for Bantam and Mizufuka, but then you've got a school owner instructor that's also in there at 27 years old. Normally you wouldn't see this age range and difference in international competition, but you do here in the ATA.
Tell me, what did they do differently to finally get over the hump and become champions champions.
You know, these guys are so talented. Not only are all of them are competing, they're teaching in their schools. We've got a school owner, but it's daily training every day. Very nice move there.
That's very nice. They rocked the house as they just did tonight. You can hear the crowd.
Incredible passion and energy. You saw the precision there. A powerful performance. Let's go mat side to Michael Kane.
Thank you, Mr. Cork. I am here with captain of Team Envy, Mr. Jesse Pino. Jesse, Mr. Pino, catch your breath a second. Unbelievable performance for you guys, but the amazing thing is this weekend was the first time that your team had able to work on this routine as you've been away studying in college.
Correct. Actually, it's Mr. Mizufuka, Danny, who's been away to college, and yesterday was our first day to practice as a whole team together. We've trained a lot.
How difficult is that to come in and get the timing down as you guys did tonight when you just had one day to practice and put it together?
It's very challenging, but the good thing is that we've all been training together for a really long time, and with that chemistry and bond, we synced in really, really fast and made the timing pretty strong.
Well, amazing performance, amazing story. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing many more world titles from you guys to come in the future. Mr. Cork?
Mr. Kane, thank you very much. Indeed, power and precision and loads of creativity. Very impressive way to get rolling. We're coming back with more competition. This is the Sangam Fall Nationals on ESPN. And we welcome you back to the beautiful ESPN Wide World of Sports complex here at the world-famous Walt Disney World Resort. We are inside the HP Fieldhouse for the 2011 Sangam Fall Nationals ATA Martial Arts Invitational. Kevin Cork alongside Michael Chat and Taekwon Lee and Michael Kane courtside. Let's talk about traditional weapons while we have a moment.
The traditional weapons competition is a huge part of what Songam Taekwondo is all about. We introduced the weapons, the traditional side of it, back in the early 90s. It's obviously much different than the hands punching and the kicks and the jumps here. Much different from the extreme and the creative divisions. We take the core of what you may realize as the martial arts, and of course the judging will take a look at the proper stances and strikes, timing of the hand-foot coordination, fluidity of the weapon is very important here. And of course, precision of left and right side. We like to have a balanced martial artist.
Our competitors in traditional weapons, Julia Pian, Kylie Clark, Ileana Garcia, 2 and 3 dismissed.
Miss Piana, Harvard student.
What we're looking at right here is traditional technique at its finest. Miss Pian, she is the current traditional forms, weapons, and sparring world champion. The precision and accuracy with her techniques, you notice her feet are stepping into her stances solidly. There's no movement. She's not bobbling. This is what won her world titles. She's been doing this for 10 years. And it's this type of excellence. She's a 2011 U.S. presidential scholar and no stranger to overachievement. But she's doing all of that first year at Harvard and still has time to maintain her world ranking status on the tournament circuit.
Very impressive to see the job she's doing in it.
Absolutely. You can see the intensity and the focus that probably got her into Harvard on her face as she's doing all the moves of the Sangnat, or what you may know as the Kamas. Signature sidekick.
Signature sidekick, that's right. That's the sidekick that she once saw when she was a little girl and got her into martial arts, and now she's the one kicking over her head.
She said the first time her mother tried to take her, she sat in the car for 5 minutes and watched and decided, I want to get in there.
That's a very familiar story with a lot of us. We're very shy at a young age, but get into Taekwondo, and then we come out of our shells.
Kylie Clark.
Kylie Clark, compact competitor, excellent speed and precision.
Now I'll have to say, I'm really liking the intensity in her eyes, the stability in her foundation. She's 12 years old in a category where she's competing against 17-year-olds, a high school senior and a freshman at Harvard. This girl has only been training for 6 years. Martial arts student to the ESPN3 stage, not bad.
Not bad at all. She's got great control over the double sangjubangs, which you may know as a nunchucks or chucks. Incredible performance here. Nice power.
People see this and they wonder, what kind of hours are we talking about? I mean, you have to do this thing for hours a day to develop that sort of control and precision.
It takes a lot of practice, Mr. Cork. A lot of focus and a lot of commitment. You can see it in these young people's eyes.
All of these girls in this category are overachievers, straight A students. You know, just like a student would study 2-3 hours a night. It's the same thing, but they're balancing that with their 2 to 3 hours of training each day.
You'll notice the crowd energy for Ileana Garcia from South Florida. Hialeah. In the Miami area.
Miss Garcia is definitely a favorite. She is the current creative world champion, and she literally traded in her tutu and pointed slippers for sparring gear when she was young, and that's how she got started in the ATA. Now she's heading, she founded and is chairman of the You Matter Foundation down in Miami that's helping school kids all across the city, and she has time to maintain this level of skill. Again, 2 to 3 hours a night of training is not unheard of for these competitors.
President and founder of her school's Law Honor Society, also president of the National Honor Society. You talk about the commitment it takes to be exceptional at this. Those traits carry over into everyday life.
I wonder if she takes those chucks into those meetings to get some of the negotiations done. She's got some great control.
Very nice.
Very impressive, all three. And a reminder, be sure to log on to www.ataondemand.com to view the very latest highlights. That's ataondemand.com.
ESPN. Judges, score! 9.8. 9.8. 9.6. 9.6. 9.8. 9.8.
Series of 9.8s and 9.6.
Clark.
Sir.
Judges, score! 9.8.
2 9.7s and a 9.8.
Score! 9.9.
Mr. Chat, you know that always feels good to see that.
Oh, yes, it does.
9 9s across the board for the young lady from Hialeah, Florida.
The winner, Ileana Garcia.
Ileana Garcia. Third degree black belt, 17 years old.
Dismiss, ladies.
Most impressive performance. Let's check in with Mr. Kane. He is Met side with our winner.
Mr. Cork, I am here with the winner. This is Ileana Garcia. Miss Garcia, amazing competition tonight. The most amazing thing to me, you're just 17 years old. Do you know what most 17-year-olds your age are doing?
Most of them might be at the mall, sir, but I like to dedicate my time here.
Well, you certainly did dedicate your time. Amazing performance, but you just don't perform on the mat. You're also a straight-A student.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I don't necessarily have a favorite subject, but I do like business, the business spectrum.
Well, you do like business. You're also president of the Law Society. But let's get back to the routine. These chucks. Talk to us a little bit about this weapon and how long it took you to master this technique.
Well, I've been doing double Sandra bombs for over 8 years. I've been doing it since I was a white belt. So it's always been my favorite weapon. And it's taken a lot of dedication for many years. I've had to go in and put in the extra time, but it's all been worth it.
Well, worth it indeed. You are an amazing young lady. Congratulations on your performance tonight, and best of luck in the future. Mr. Cork?
Mr. Kane, thank you very much. Indeed impressive. What a performance by Miss Garcia in very tight competition. We've got Trix Battle coming your way after a very quick timeout. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody, to the Sangam Fall Nationals ATA Martial Arts Invitational. Mr. Cork alongside Mr. Lee and Mr. Chat. Earlier, Mr. Kane had a chance to catch up with a familiar man, Anthony Showtime Pettis, third-degree black belt in Taekwondo, MMA superstar. Let's hear what he had to tell Mr. Kane.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with a very special guest. Man to my right is the former WEC lightweight champion, current UFC superstar and lightweight contender. I'm, of course, talking about Anthony Showtime Pettis. Showtime, it's great to be here with you. Thank you for taking time.
No problem, man.
First question, I got to ask you the one that you've already been asked probably 100 times in the past 6 months. Yeah. The kick. Last WEC fight ever against Ben Henderson, off the wall. Talk to us a little bit about that kick.
The kick's something I actually learned in Taekwondo demos. We used to jump off walls and break boards, like as a kid growing up. I've been in the ATA since I was 5 years old. So for me, it's something that my coach, Duke Rufus, kind of used. We kind of made it work for the cage. It's a little bit different when you're hitting a moving target, but the concept came from Taekwondo demos.
Well, it looked like something out of a Mortal Kombat video game. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. It's amazing. Now, you're obviously not competing here today. You mentioned your coach and the AT a little bit in your first answer. Talk to us a little bit about your affiliation with the organization and why you're here today.
Yeah, I've been with the ATA since I was 5. I actually started with my first form of martial arts was Taekwondo. It was an ATA school in Milwaukee, and I've been coming to these tournaments since I was like probably 7 years old was my first national tournament. I mean, it's been around forever. So my first competition started here in the ATA. I used to be one of these kids, you know, out here competing, doing sparring. Sparring was my thing, so it transferred well to MMA.
Well, it's transferred well indeed. Obviously, now you've transferred from the WEC to the UFC. Talk to us a little bit about the difference in the two organizations and what your next fight's going to be under the UFC banner.
Yeah, the WEC's a great organization to come up in. I always looked at it as like a college. I was in college, now I'm in the UFC, which is like the NBA, the NFL. It's a big show. So the transition, the first fight wasn't so well. I lost to Clay Guida. I lost a decision. He ran me out, but I learned from that loss. I went to Jeremy Stevens, took him down, took him out, and now I'll be fighting February 4th. I'll be fighting Joe Lozon.
Now, big fight, Super Bowl weekend with Joe Lozon. Now, you've said that your style needs to change a little bit in the UFC. You need to become more of a wrestler in the lightweight division. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it has to change. It's just something I have to adapt to. I mean, there's a lot of great wrestlers and there's a lot of great strikers. So for me, I'm a good striker and I fancy myself as a striker. But these guys are wrestling at so high level that I need to learn how to wrestle. So I've been really focusing on my wrestling, working with Ben Askren, a lot of top level guys, and I think I'm transitioning very well into wrestling now.
Well, Showtime, we thank you for your time. We look forward to you getting Super Bowl weekend. Anthony Showtime Pettis. Kevin, back to you.
Tonight, the ATA is showcasing the first ever tricks battle. We're going to see martial arts, acrobatics, gymnastics tied all together in an amazing display of 540s, 720s, butterfly twists, corkscrews, you name it. These guys are doing it tonight on this stage. These guys are incredible. The judges are going to be looking for these characteristics in the scoring. Difficulty level. There's a difference between power moves and combinations. Power moves, 1 to 2 movement techniques versus longer 6, 7, 8 move combos. Acrobatics and martial arts integration versus just gymnastics standalone moves. They're going to be looking for synchronization amongst the team members and collaboration, where they're going to be working together, doing things 2, 3, 4 people at a time, over, under, crisscrossing and moving down the floor, all in a 2.5-minute time limit.
Tricks battles. This is where the fun begins.
Oh, yes. Everybody's excited for tonight. What you're going to see now is everything that started from the Matrix movies to X-Men, Spider-Man. You're seeing it in Hollywood's biggest blockbuster films, but tonight you're going to see it. No camera tricks, no angles, no trampolines. This is a 2-inch tatami mat over hardwood floor. These guys are going to be flipping, tricking, but integrating the martial art kicks into them. It's going to be true battle format.
Mr. Chat, responsible for his facilities, responsible for training over 60 world champion stunt doubles for guys like Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Keanu Reeves. I mean, if you think about movies like Tron Legacy, Spider-Man, G.I. Joe, the Matrix trilogy, this is a training ground, a breeding ground of superstars, and it all begins with the routines like this. It's terrific to watch.
Already, just to start out, look at these teams going. They're doing things in triplets here.
Spectacular.
Watch closely as these guys are flipping. They're throwing kicks at the end of these acrobatic moves. Ooh, close call right there.
Great combos.
So these guys, without inline skates, without a skateboard, no extra momentum, they're not just doing 1 rotation or 2 rotations. These guys are doing triples. They're throwing kicks in there.
Look at the height. Fully laid out. Incredible endurance.
Oh, nice backflip way to the floor. Oh.
Wow. Right there, that's considered a power move, a single move, but it's amazing height, lots of extension. These guys are really putting on a show tonight.
Wow.
Now, what's really interesting is the world's never seen this come out of the ATA. They've seen it come out of the open circuit and Trickers Online, but tonight the world is getting to see the ATA showcase their best talent.
This is great, Mr. Chat. Now, what's the ATA difference here? What do you think they're going to see that's different from the open circuit?
Well, these guys, there's a lot more synchronicity going on than we're used to seeing. They're working together in teams more versus just showcasing individual talents.
If you had a chance to see America's Got Talent and some of the amazing routines that some of these choreographed groups were able to put together, you've seen some similar activity here. They're just spectacular.
I would say the biggest difference is tricking's been going on for 15 years in the open circuit. The ATA just introduced this recently, the last couple years, but we're seeing the same level of difficulty here in the ATA.
I'd like to say that Mr. Cork, Mr. Chat, today ATA's got talent. We're very proud of it.
Absolutely. They're still going.
Well said. Into a full split. Wow.
Oh, there goes the horn. That's official.
Ready? This is going to be a tough call.
Judges. White. Point. Split decision, okay?
Let's give it up one more time for the first preliminary round. Ready up. Continue. Dismiss.
Looks like we have our team with our traditional white uniforms. Looks like they won.
You weren't kidding when you said close call. I kept looking and trying to figure out which way I would vote. Team in white gets it done. Mr. Kane.
Team captain CL Sawazi. Mr. Sawazi, fantastic competition tonight for your team, but this was just the preliminary. You still have the finals to go. What do you tell your team in the interim between now and the finals to get ready for the finals competition?
Well, the first thing, you know, we had a lot of fun. That was the first step, get round one over with. Now we really got to go really, really hard. We've been training for this for a long time. This is the first ever tricks battle. It's going to be tons of fun. You won't wait. You can't wait to see what happens second round. Trust me. We're going to go back and we're going to discuss what we're going to do again, and then we're going to go out there. We're going to do an awesome job.
Well, we're very much looking forward to that. Now, this is the first ever tricks battle. You have one more round. Do you still got some tricks up your sleeve? Are there a couple tricks in the bag?
Trust me. Trust me. We have a lot. These guys are very, very talented. Like I said, they've been training for this a long, long time. And we have a lot. We have a big repertoire of tricks to do. So it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Trust me.
Well, I can speak for everybody. We do trust you, and we're looking forward to see you. CL Sawazi, we'll see him in the finals.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Kane, thank you very much. Now that deserves a wow. Creative Weapons on the way. We're coming back after a very quick timeout.